everybody, it's Reckless, and welcome to Breaking the Fourth Wall. It's reset day, and that means it is Tier 12 Tuesday, and this is episode 16, where I show you guys all of the best gear that you need to grab from the vendors in order to achieve Tier 12. But before we get into the video, if you guys enjoy it, hitting that like button and giving your opinion in the comment section below would be greatly appreciated. So, what's Tier 12? Well, I will put a link to a video in the description that explains Tier 12 in depth. But in short, you want to grab any piece of gear that is 97% or higher for the stats and perks that you are looking for. So currently you are looking at Destiny Item Manager. This is one or two programs you can actually use in order to actually find out what gear you have is Tier 12. It'll actually do the math for you. And the first thing we actually want to do is go to where it says Vendors. Now we are going to go straight down the list. So, this is the vendor section. We are going to start with Shiro 4 at the Iron Temple. As you can see, he has no Tier 12 gear. Moving down to Commander Zavala, there is no Tier 12 gear. And moving down to Cade 6, no Tier 12 gear. And moving down to Ikora Ray. Ikora Ray is the only one who has a piece of Tier 12 gear, and is a 97% Warlock helmet with discipline and strength. It also has access to assets, second thoughts, as well as innovation. Now, if I were you, I would hold off on any type of helmet that has better already, as well as invigoration, if I'm correct. Definitely those two are the ones you want to look for. Weapons we will worry about after we get through the actual armor. Then Eris Morn, she has a 100% roll with intellect and strength. Moving down to Varix, we have a Titan Mark with intellect and strength, as well as another Titan Mark with intellect and strength, and then a Hunter Cloak with intellect and strength as well. Moving down to Future War Cult, we have a 100% Titan Mark with intellect and strength. Intellect and strength seems to be like the norm for this week. And also coming down, we also have a 98% Ghost Shell with intellect and strength. Go figure. Coming down to Dead Orbit, we have a 99% Hunter Legs with intellect and strength. This also has fusion rifle ammo, machine gun ammo, as well as solar double down. Coming down a little bit further, we also have a Ghost at 98% with intellect and strength. Yeah, I think that's the theme for this week, intellect and strength. Moving now to New Monarchy, we have a 100% roll on a Titan chest piece with intellect and discipline this time. Perks on this are hand cannon ammo, shotgun ammo, arc recovery, and arc armor. Sweet. And we also have a 100% Ghost for New Monarchy with discipline and strength. Coming down to the Crucible Handler, we have a 100% Hunter Cloak with intellect and discipline. And coming down to Tyra Karn, no real good gear from her. Going to the Speaker, we have a 98% Warlock Bond with intellect and strength. And that seems to be it for the vendor gear. Now you can go to the exotic armor kiosk, grab any one of these year 2 pieces of gear, and then when Zerg comes on Friday, use glass needles to actually re-roll them. Now, let's actually go talk about the weapons. And we are going to start with Future War Cult. So for Future War Cult, you want to look at the Waltz for this week. Or we're going to see what the Waltz has this week. Let's see. For perks for the Waltz, we have MD Reflex, Sure Shot IS, OEG Rifle Scope, Flared Magwell, Snapshot, Perfect Balance, Eye of the Storm, as well as Glass Half Full. Definitely a decent roll, not a huge, great roll to actually want, but it's okay. Next is the Wormwood. This Wormwood has Steady Hand IS, Sure Shot, Quick Draw, High Caliber Rounds, Quick Draw, Fitted Stock, Army of One, and Rangefinder. Definitely a good one to pick up. I probably would go Sure Shot, High Caliber Rounds, and probably either Army of One or Fitted Stock. Either one is good, and as well as Rangefinder. As for the next weapon we are going to look at, we're going to look at the Vanguard. Crucible's down there, so Vanguard is up here. So, let's look at the Parthian shot for this week. Parthian shot, we have MD Reflex, Steady Hand, and this one will pop up. OEG Rifle Scope, Rodeo, Feeding Frenzy, Hand-Laid Stock, Lightweight, and Counterbalance. So for this, I probably would go Steady Hand, Feeding Frenzy, or Rodeo, depending on how much stability you want. Hand-Laid Stock, as well as Counterbalance. Definitely a good roll on the Parthian shot. I'm still looking for one with Head Seeker and Counterbalance. Definitely would be nice, if it's even possible to have it as a roll. Now let's look at the Angel's Advocate. This week it has MD Reflex, Ranged Lens, Reflex, Rodeo, Mulligan, Hand-Laid Stock, Explosive Rounds, and Hidden Hand. Now this is definitely a good roll on this. Most likely I probably would go Rodeo, Explosive Rounds, and Hidden Hand, and maybe Ranged Lens depending on how much zoom that it is in. Otherwise I'd stick with MD Reflex. Next is the Teacup Tempest. Let's see what the Tempest got this week. Okay, we have Steady Hand, Fast Draw, Quick Draw, Mulligan, Army of One, Hand Loaded, Casket Mag with Hidden Hand. It's a decent roll. You know, it's not that bad, but I probably would wait until next week to get this. It's not really a 100% go-to buy right now. Now let's look at the Crucible weapons. The first weapon we are actually going to look at is the Event Horizon. This Event Horizon has Wild Hawk, Short Gaze, Taxis, Underdog, Spray and Play, Explosive Rounds, Perfect Balance, and Hidden Hand. So definitely a decent roll. No snapshot, but still a decent roll. I probably would have Short Gaze, Explosive Rounds, as well as Hidden Hand on mine. And if you don't want Explosive Rounds, you definitely can opt for Perfect Balance. Spray and Play is good. Given the fact that it's magazine, I probably would use Spray and Play over Underdog any day. So yeah, that's that one. The next and final weapon we'll be going over is the Palindrome. So this week's Palindrome has True Sight, Fast Draw, Quick Draw, Mulligan, Icarus, Rifled Barrel, Explosive Rounds, as well as Rangefinder. Now this is definitely a good roll on a Palindrome. I know a lot of people prefer to have Luck in the Chamber, just because obviously it may give you that extra damage, but this is definitely still a good roll, especially having Icarus. Now, I know competitive PvP does not allow Luck in the Chamber, and what I mean by competitive PvP, like actual competitive Destiny, where people actually play, you know, to win for money and stuff like that. And I'm not talking about gambling, I'm talking about legal competitive PvP. Icarus is definitely one of the better perks to use, as well as Rifle Barreled and Rangefinder, because this gun can be used in competitive PvP. What can't be used is Luck in the Chamber, which is unfortunate, because Luck in the Chamber is one of those perks that everyone would use if they could. So this is definitely a good palindrome to get. If I were you guys, I definitely would get it. Any palindrome that has Icarus with rifle barrel is definitely good. If it had sure shot, I definitely would be more impressed. But it does have true sight, which is like the third best sight, and also has rangefinder as well. You know, so definitely still good, giving you that a little bit more range. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of the video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, share it if you felt it was helpful, subscribe and turn on your notifications in order to keep up to date with all of my videos. Thank you guys for all of your support. Feedback in the comments definitely helps the channel to grow. I'm Reckless, and remember, own your success, and I will see you guys next time.